In 2 years' time, it was Super Bowl 52. You get a look inside the impressive new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it off, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He sets to fire deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. And they better put that ball to the side because with that catch, he's a new single-season receiving yards record holder.
What a fantastic year. And we saw it start early, didn't we, partner? Right out of the gate, we knew he was going to have a tremendous year, but who knew it would culminate in making this all-time record.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the red zone now, look low. This will be caught at about the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 25th touchdown. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got time. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he... Vikings now heading onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. It's a gain of 20 that time. And that leads to a Minnesota first down. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Brandon, so many times we see the passing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. Touchdown number 15 of the year. The Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme they just showed there, because
the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. He's going to let it go again. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, put it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
And that will be incomplete as well. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And 4th down coming up.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the outright, tried to sell it hard.
And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hope flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, They have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to take another shot here. He's got it at the 15. A big play there for Minnesota. 54 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Check. All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Adrian Peterson. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
They were 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they...
Comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. You stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it in the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And with that completion, now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
3 down. Here we go now.
They'll look to throw again. It's caught in the zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cordero Patterson from 13 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller.
And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, nearly picked. Yeah, maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but not a big deal given this big lead.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have...
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game. Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Cordero Patterson with his second touchdown in this first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what's still come. I mean,
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. 19 yards that time for number 19. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Oh, a scrap for the football. He's going to come down with it. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. Into this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, And it'll back him up 5 yards.
Delay of game, offense. Still first down.
Here we go on 1st and 15.
Hey, 4 down. Set, 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is incomplete. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right.
Let's go.
They'll score the passing game as he looks to throw. Going up top. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull? Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
What I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustment that might be made defensively. And the numbers, they sort of do the talking. Great game last week. Sharp again here in this one.
Sometimes you set habits with how you play, don't you? I mean, you start to put things together, you string them together, and the confidence continues to rise. And guess what? We're seeing that happen in front of us. Back-to-back weeks of really good play.
And the confidence certainly must be continuing to grow. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 2nd down.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. They come out here in the eye. Following the penalty, it's Peterson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. On the stop, Kevin Minter.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Gonna air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And this Viking offense running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of the game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And out now come the Vikings. They try up the run again, Peters. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. His second TD of the game and 10th of the year. And the Vikings capitalize a short field as they take for 6. And Charles, the second time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that.
The Vikings now heading out to go. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll get it running right. Oh, nice move. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes is won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Here's the option going right. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Read the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
The gun now on third down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Give him 11 yards that time and a new sound. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. First down, here's a run with Peterson. So we got for 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They run again, Peterson.
Whoosh.
And he gets inside the 35-yard line. A really nice pick for 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, give them to the right side. And they just not get the snap away in time.
Delay of game, offense.
The penalty on first down, them up 5. It's now 1st down and 15. Back to throw. He's going to air one out. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cordero Patterson, 39 yards. And the The Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we
And now out comes Minnesota. Peterson alone in the backfield. They'll try and start this drive in the air toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, quarter, go to the run game a little more.
Yeah, after that incompletion, look to the defense for shutting them down on that play. You try and run the football a little bit more in spot, but they have to feel good how they've been throwing it overall.
Unable to connect on the first pass play. Now it's second down.
Three down. Check. Three down. 19.
Now a shotgun snap is still looked on. He's got the connection in the middle to Diggs. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked to him about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you. And he is getting it done smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. It's a pickup of 21, and it'll be first down Vikings.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run because you're running away from people on it.
And now first down following that long gain. And he'll drop to throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride is kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive continue. It's a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Vikings a first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. His first touchdown on the year. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable. And now out comes Minnesota. Be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. Really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush. Guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Cordero Patterson, 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Cordero Patterson with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you...
Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Down at 4. They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw. And it's a short here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stiff-armed him. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 7-3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead. Love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Holding. Defense.
So the defensive holding penalty here, Charles.
You get outside of 5 yards downfield and you get grabby with an offensive player, the flag will come out on.
Get it there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This is turning into an next one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. Again, Peterson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Peterson alone in the backfield. And he'll get a middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll switch up here and look to throw. He's got it complete, Diggs right side. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. Sets him up 1st and goal.
That was a nice run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do, make the defender think he's going upfield for a deep out, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll look to throw here. His throw incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys I play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Rhett Ellison with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And a pause in the action because they see something that they want. Another peek at to find out if it's a touchdown or not. The Vikings now heading onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Peterson alone in the backfield. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And that'll bring up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, it's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. 54, right there.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a throw here that's complete. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Oh, he did it again. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make the miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week.